everyone, and welcome to Tabor Talk. I'm your host, Michael Tabor. So, kind of a nasty day. It's raining and going in and out. I've already done one video recording inside, and now I'm going to do something else. So I just finished listening to the penultimate podcast of Eric Weinstein, Bret Easton Ellis, great writer, really interesting guy. Listen to the podcast. I talked about how my last video recording, that how we seem to not be interested in, how did he put it? The analogy he had is seduction. Like, we want to know behind the scenes stuff because it's safer, right? So I'm not going to get into it here. I talked about it in my last video recording. Go watch it. But now, essentially, taking, let's say, the area of beauty culture or fashion or glamour, whatever that is today, this generation, Gen Z, millennials, we want to see that Jennifer Aniston has a zit on her face or I don't know, bad breath, behind the scenes stuff, no fat shaming, nothing. Okay, so actually I'm looking at the text here, and I'm going to talk about Trump again in this one here, and some guy just, you can't deny that he has something. That's correct. This is what this is about. Although Trump is uneducated, he's a vulgar man, he's a failed businessman. In a way, he doesn't speak the king's language. He literally writes at a third grade level. He is nevertheless a genius on some level. He is, as they say, I just read an article, perhaps the greatest con man since P.T. Barnum. Confidence man, just this incredible snake oil salesman. Just try to imagine this. 63 million people voted for Trump. He conned 63 million people. So there's the genius lies in the fact that he saw this. He knew how to get it. By the way, even recently, we know that Hillary Clinton won the popular vote. I'm not going to get into why this happened in Electoral College and this and that, but Hillary Clinton had 66 million people vote for her. Trump had 63 million. But what he'll do, here's the genius of Trump. Okay, so what he'll do is he'll tweet and hold up the map, and if you look at the map, and should I bring it up? It doesn't matter. We've all seen the map where it's like just these little blue areas and most of it's red, right? He's conning you. Like, we all know that the cities are blue. By the way, there are no Republican cities anymore. Like, zero. Like, cities, the closer you are to the city, the denser the population, the more liberal. And there's a whole thing about that. I'll be doing video recordings about why rural areas are conservative and city folk are Democrat, and suburbs are kind of a mix of the two. So, but anyway, so Trump, I probably should bring this up, but Trump will have let me bring up the red state, blue state map. But Trump knows this. He knows that that he lost the popular vote, and he knows that that map is based on acreage or geography. It has nothing to do with people. Like, who gives a shit if you see on the map like this much red, and like if two people live there? Who gives a flying fuck? You want to go where the people. That's where the people are. New York City and California. Not to neglect the flyover states, as they say. But here we go. Okay, red state, blue state. This is what he was referring to, and he put it on Twitter. And he goes, "This many people are wrong." He's a con artist. Like, he knows that there are more people. See this? There are more people in the blue areas than the red areas. He won't tell you that, though. He'll just show you this. These people are wrong. He's lying to you. He's conning you. There are more people in the blue areas than the red areas. That's a fact. But that's what he's good at. And the deplorables are not good at critical. They're not very good at critical thinking. They're not educated. He knows that. Like, he'll say, "Oh, everything's fixed, like the polls were wrong. No, the deplorables cannot get beyond that. They go, oh wait, they said Hillary was going to win, and she didn't win. The polls are wrong. Trump's right. The polls are wrong. So they don't understand what polling is. They don't understand statistics. And when you kind of try to explain to them, because I've tried, they have no idea what you're talking about. When you explain that Hillary Clinton had a 73% chance, Trump had 27%, almost a third, not quite. That means that if the election were held 3 times, Trump would win once. That's just statistics, almost. So 3, because it's a third is 33 and a third. Trump had a 27% chance. Yes, it was an upset, a little more than 1 in 3, but it happens. It happens all of the time. It happens. If you understand statistics and polling, you'll understand that no, the polls were not wrong. Trump won. It was an upset for sure. He had a 27% chance to win. 27% is not nothing. But the deplorables don't get it. They don't understand. They're not educated, right? So it goes boom. But here's the genius of Trump. He knows that. He knows that they're not going to get this. He knows that if you put this up here, the deplorables go, oh yeah, more people for Trump. He knows this. All right, so there's intelligence there. Yes, he doesn't speak the king's language, but yet he knows how to manipulate people. So even his tweets, you think about his tweets, like they're rapists and murderers, the Mexicans. Now, he doesn't believe that in his heart. I mean, he knows how to get the deplorables going. Now, he knows how to get both people going, too. So he'll say that, and he'll get the left to say, oh my God, Trump thinks that all Mexicans are rapists and murderers. He obviously doesn't, but he wants that reaction. He puts it out there so that the left will react in such a way and that the right will follow. Trump is playing both the left and the right. He's playing them both. And even he won't clear things up. Let's just say his racism or white supremacists and these nationalists and Ku Klux Klan support him, neo-Nazis. He'll say no, but he's not super adamant about it. He's sneaky because he doesn't want to alienate his base. He wants the support from these white nationalists. He wants that. That's his whole base. But he'll kind of dismiss it, sort of. Go back to Charlottesville after the accident. He says, very fine people on both sides. The neo-Nazis with the tiki torches, very fine people, right? So he knows exactly what he's doing. So there are three things. I'll give Trump a master of marketing, a master of public relations, and branding. All that, there's really no one better. And as this article said, there hasn't been a con man this effective since P.T. Barnum. It is true. I'll give him that. He's dumb. I'm repeating myself. Doesn't speak the king's language. Speaks at a 3rd grade level. Not book smart. In fact, has never read a book in his life. But somehow knows how to manipulate crowds. Okay, there you go. Good friends, good books, and a sleepy conscience. Peace, love, and understanding here on Tabor Talk. Donald Trump, the greatest con man since P.T. Barnum.